Okay. Welcome to the Committee on Public Works and Parks and Recreation. This is the 24th session. We are here in the Council Chambers in West Hawaii Civic Center. The date is July 17th, 2014. Current time is 9:25. Please note to turn off all cell phones and put it on silent mode. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Okay, I'm going to introduce the members of our committee here today. To my left, I have Mr. Ilagan, Mr. Kern. To my right, I have Miss Willie, Miss Poindexter, Miss Ford, Mr. Yoshimoto, Miss Eoff. In Hilo, we have Mr. Onishi, and I'm your chair, Drew Kanua. First off, we're going to take statements from the public on agenda items. We have one here in Kona, but let me check with the rest of the sites. Waimea, how are you doing? Any testifiers?
Aloha, Chair. No testifiers at this time.
Thank you very much. How about North Kohala?
Good morning, Chair. We do not have any testifiers for your committee.
Thank you. We'll go down to Ka'u.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We do not have any testifiers for your committee this morning.
Thank you. We'll go to Pahoa.
Good day, sir. No testifiers here in Pahoa for your committee.
Thank you. You have a good day as well. How about Hilo?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. No testifiers in Hilo.
Thank you very much.
Good
And I
morning.
think
We
I got
don't have
everybody.
any testifiers.
I'm sorry?
This is Nora from Hilo. We don't have any testifiers in Hilo.
Okay, thank you. So we'll start with Kona for the testifier on bill number 271, Mr. Donald Medeiros. Mr. Medeiros, you could please come forward and you want to testify on bill 271. And just remember, you have 3 minutes to testify on the agenda item. And just again, state your name and let us know when you want to begin. And you can turn on the mic for the green button, yeah. Yep. And bring the microphone close to you so we can all hear you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Donald Medeiros. I'm a 75-year resident on Ojai Street. I'm the last property owner on that street that lives on it. And my concern today on Bill 271, I kept getting tickets from the police officers, and there's signs that you cannot park on Ojai Street between the hours of 4 and 6 a.m. because the street sweeper would come and clean the streets. It hasn't been happening for the past 3 years. So after I got the ticket, I approached the councilwoman on my district and see if they could do something about it. And with her help, I'm here today to try and get the signs removed. I went to the police department 2 days after they had a community meeting. I brought it up to the chief, and hopefully everything's going to be done. That's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Medeiros. If you would stay in the audience, maybe some of the other council members might have questions for you afterwards.
All right, thank you.
And we'll try to take if there's no objection, we'll probably take this one first. But, okay, seeing anybody else wishing to testify out there? Hearing or seeing none, we'll go into bills for ordinances. Mr. Clerk, Bill 271.
Bill 271 amends Chapter 24, Article 10, Division 5, Section 24-281 of the Hawaii County Code 1983, 2005 edition as amended related to parking. Removes Ojai Street from Schedule 29, parking prohibited during certain hours on certain streets, tollway zone. Subsection C, South Hilo, reference communication 947, introduced by Ms. Poindexter.
Ms. Poindexter.
Motion to approve Bill 271.
It's been moved by Ms. Poindexter, seconded by Mr. Ilagan. Ms. Poindexter, you have the floor.
Yes, and I think what we heard in testimony is that they're getting ticketed on a street that no longer is going to be having the street sweepers. And the only reason that was in place for that parking is because we had street sweepers back then. And I think the bill itself explains, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm hoping that we get support on this for that community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Poindexter. Ms. Ford?
Thank you. I have a question for Ms. Poindexter. I'm going to make an assumption DPW is responsible for street sweeping. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. And have you checked with them? Have they confirmed that they're not going to clean the street?
Yes.
Sounds like a good bill.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Any other discussion? Hearing or seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is 9 in the affirmative. Bill 271 moves to council with a positive recommendation. Thank you, Mr. Medeiros. Okay, Mr. Clerk, you can go to the top of the order. Resolution 465.
Resolution 465-14 accepts the dedication of Kumakua Street, Ne'epapa Street, Ho'oko Street, Pomaikai Street, and drainage easement D of Kumakua Affordable Housing Subdivision Phase 2 being tax map key 5-5-019:025 portion, situated at Pohoa District of North Kohala, County and State of Hawaii, from Hawaii Island Community Development Corporation. The streets measure 0.05, 0.06, 0.14, and 0.05 miles respectively. The drainage easement contains an area of 1.151 acres. Reference Communication 940, introduced by Mr. Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. There were some errors on this resolution, so Corp Counsel asked me to withdraw it. And this time, I'll withdraw Resolution 465 and submit it at a later date. So, Mr. Clerk, you can move on to Resolution 466.
Resolution 466-14 grants a variance from Chapter 3, Section 3-58B, 3-58C, and 3-60A, Hawaii County Code 1983, 2005 edition as amended, to allow 3 wall signs on 75-146 Sorona Road, tax map key 7-5-007:009, zone U, CG-20, Kailua Village Special Design District. The applicant, Kona Hospitality LLC, requests a variance from Hawaii County Code Chapter 3 signs to construct 3 signs at the Holiday Inn location on Sorona Road in Kona. Reference Communication 492, introduced by Mr. Kanuha by request.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. May I have a motion to approve Resolution 466 and send to council with a positive recommendation?
I move to approve Resolution 466.
Been moved by Mr. Iligan, seconded by Mr. Kern. Is there any discussion? Ms. Ford?
Thank you. In reading through the documentation, I noticed that the Kailua Village Design Group has sent in a negative recommendation. And after reading everything, I tend to agree with the Village Design Commission, and so I will not be supporting this. This particular hotel is going to be very close to our shoreline, and I think the size of the signs are very, very large. I think it's going to be easily recognized as a hotel and a holiday hotel without the signs being this massive. So I would tend in this particular case to support the Village Design Commission, and I will not be supporting this change. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Ms. Poindexter?
Yeah, I agree with Councilmember Ford on this. So I just wanted to say that. Aloha.
Thank you, Ms. Poindexter. Any other discussion? I just wanted to, is there anybody from the Design Commission or Oh, okay, did you want to come up and speak? Because I just wanted to see if if what Ms. Ford said was true, because I'm trying to look for that negative recommendation. I know they gave a whole bunch of revisements.
Mr.
Yeah,
Chair?
Ms.
Yeah.
Ford.
I'm not saying that I accept their revisions, but I certainly accept the recommendation. It's on the second white page in our package, and they're recommending that the application be revised.
Yeah.
So that means, to me, it's got to go all the way back again and go through the commission for a positive recommendation. So that's why I'm not supporting
Thank
it.
you, Ms. Ford. And I want to ask, just please give your name, and you can turn on the green sign, please. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Han Kim. I'm one of the owners of the Kona Hospitality LLC, which is building the Holiday Inn Express in Kailua Kona Village. The reason why we're asking the sign variance is that the sign is very small, in our opinion, and the location is kind of tucked away from the major road. It's very hard to find a place. Many people locally know where that is, but we have a serious apprehension about whether the travelers who don't know where the location is. That's why we're asking the variance.
Thank you. I know you folks bought this property knowing that it will be in that location, right?
Yes.
And knowing the limits of our the sign code, and as what is stated, how high it should be or how large it should be, right?
But it's our fault that we didn't really get into the sign level of the rules regarding signs.
Okay, thank you. Did you look at the recommendations by the Village Design Commission?
I
My name is Baruch Ramzanali.
Can you bring the microphone up a little bit? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. My name is Farouk Ramzanali. I'm a principal also in Kona Hospitality. And yes, we have been working in good faith with the Kailua Village Commission. And in fact, the principal thing to try to get here today is to the sign is the village has got in the bylaws that the sign needs to be not more than a certain height from the ground. And Sarona Road is a very, very it's a very small. It is during a construction process. We are widening that, and the locations of the sign could be modified if we can go back to Kailua Village Commission. But in principle, our company would like to request, a variance from the height of the location from the ground mounts. If you look into in the bylaws, it's very clear that they don't want to see any sign that's more than certain feet higher than the ground. It's intended for alley, street, or more like pedestrian friendly area. And this location is clearly not. It's not pedestrian area at this point. At some point in I'm sure years to come, it will change. I'm pretty sure. So we're requesting the committee to. This has been the brand is another pressure point for us. The franchise needs certain marquee on the building. I'm sure you've all traveled, and you've seen all across the nation that you will be able to spot a Hilton or Marriott or Holiday product. So we're requesting the board to consider
of the variance. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Yoshimoto.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, in reading the letter from the Kailua Village Design Commission dated May 13, 2014, did you have a chance to look at the recommendations for the changes that they made?
I have been working with the planner, Mr. Kiona Charles, and so he has been my liaison between the committee and us. And what I was told that it's gone to the stage now that a council will determine.
Okay, because what we're seeing here is looks like a counter proposal or some recommendations as far as, and it looks reasonable. I haven't, it looks reasonable for you to consider, I guess. That's what I'm saying. So, Mr. Chairman, maybe the recommendation would be either to, also the question is, did you see the letter, the May 13th letter from the Kailua Village?
I don't have a copy of that here with me on this trip. No, sir.
Oh, okay. Maybe then, Mr. Chairman, we can postpone this. The applicants can look at the letter, consider them, because if it's something that you're willing to consider, that's something that the Design Commission supports, and that's something that might be more acceptable to the council. I mean, that's just my thought.
Would you like to make the? Oh, sorry, Ms. Ford.
I don't want to interrupt, I don't do it, I just want to make one comment. One of the comments in the letter that I really want you to look at is 3B, and this I quote, "Rather than being mounted on a pedestal, the sign, whether single or double-sided, should be framed within a surrounding lava rock structure consistent with the appearance of lava rock walls in Kailua Village." I just want to comment, as you drive down Ali'i Drive from the most southernmost end all the way to its termination, and you see buildings and you see hotels and whatever, we are consistent in having the lava rock wall and then the signage on the walls. And it's very, very attractive. It's very consistent. I want you to really look at that because I think it's very important. What we don't want in our village is to look like some of our superstores in the area, which don't even come close to looking like they belong in Hawaii. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ford. Ms. Willie, do you have a comment?
Yeah, I just encourage you to read this and to work with the design committee. That's the reason we have these committees, and I like to just say I respect that committee, and also I concur with Ms. Ford's conclusions, and I want to say I've been working with groups on revisions, and that we really need to have standards and that people uphold them, and so I would appreciate it if you would work with them. We encourage your business. We want to be aloha and business friendly, but at the same time we want to support the overall beauty of the place. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Willie. Any final comment that you wanted to, after hearing from the council members?
No, we need to look at the letter again and work with the sign company, see what we can come up with again, and hopefully we can visit here very soon.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's really important that you work with them, and I know you guys will. You have been working with the planning department for a while now, and now that you've seen the recommendations by the Kailua Village Design Commission, you can slowly work again with the planning department. And like Ms. Ford said, a lot of these recommendations, they don't seem that, or Mr. Yoshimoto said, they don't seem that bad. So I think that it's important that just hold off. We're gonna probably hold off for a little bit and hopefully bring it back to the table later on when everybody can agree on something best for this village.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to postpone to the call of the chair.
I move to postpone this matter to the call of the chair.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Yoshimoto and seconded by Ms. Eoff to postpone Resolution 466-14 to the call of the chair. Any discussion?
So, Mr. Chairman, just make sure the applicants know to contact your office.
Mr. Han, please contact my office and we can get in touch and we can see how to work this out a little bit further, and then we'll bring it up at a time when you're comfortable with, and the design commission is comfortable with, and the planning department is comfortable with. Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing or seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That is 9 in favor. Resolution 4666-14 is postponed to the call of the chair. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Resolution 46.